Hello everyone, this is Professor Zakira Matwankar. Today's lecture's name is Branches of Account. First, I introduce myself. I am Professor Zakira Matwankar from Sant Gadge Maharaj College of Commerce and Economics. I am Assistant Professor in Accountancy Department as well as Head of the Department. Before we starting our topic, the most and important thing we have to know about GAAP, that is GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principle. Now, what is GAAP? GAAP is a basic accounting principle and guidelines which is provided by the authorized body, which provide you the framework for more detailed and comprehensive account rules, standard and other industry specific accounting practices. Financial Accounting Standard Board, using this principle as a base to frame their own accounting standard. Mostly in FY BCom, many students have this topic, accounting standards, and there are many accounting standards. This is actually the rules issued by the authorized body called ICAI, and when we are maintaining or preparing our accounts or financial statement, we have to follow these rules and regulations. Now, GAAP contains basic accounting principle and guidelines. Accounting standard usually issued by primary accounting body of the country. If we are in India, of course, our body is Indian GAAP. So, industry specific accounting practices to cover unusual scenarios. Till now, different countries across the world uses different accounting standard which were called as local GAAP. Suppose we are in India, so we have to follow the Indian GAAP. There are different countries who follow their local GAAP, means local accounting principle and accounting standards. For example, India uses Indian GAAP, American uses US GAAP, Australia uses GAAP, etc. But now, as you know, that today's world has become a global. Many multinational companies are coming in India, and of course, Indian companies also are doing their work in a different part of the world. That's why the world is moving towards the common accounting standards called IFRS. Now, I put the two different things in front of you, that is Indian GAAP and US GAAP. First, I'm explaining you the Indian GAAP. A set of accounting standard which belongs to India. Every company operating in India has to follow when they reporting its financial results. We have to follow the rules and regulation which is provided by the authorized body. And who is the authorized body? ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. That has set the accounting standard. Okay, that is Indian accounting standard. Now coming to the US GAAP. US has its own set of accounting standard termed as US GAAP. A non-US company when presenting its financial results in US has to follow the US GAAP. Suppose we are doing a business in US, so we have to follow the US GAAP. And when US company coming here, many multinational companies are coming here and doing the business in India, so they have to follow the Indian GAAP. Now, our topic is branches of accounting. I describe here first branch of accounting is financial accounting. What actually we are doing from junior college to degree college every year. Second is cost accounting, which will be introduced in TY BCom. Third, management accounting, which is introduced in SY BCom. Next is your tax accounting, which is introduced in TY BCom. And last is your auditing. Auditing is also introduced in SY BCom. So these are the 5 branches I am taking because this is related with your syllabus. So one by one I am giving the explanation and remove your doubts about it. First is a financial accounting. Now what is a financial accounting? Financial statements which consist trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet are historical document which shows summarize of detailed information about financial performance of an organization for the accounting period and financial position at the end of the accounting period. So there are two basic financial statements, as we know, income statement and balance sheet. Now, what is income statement? Income statement is actually the revenue from operation or other income or expenses during a given accounting year. And second is, it is actually called a statement of profit and loss account. Second is our balance sheet. It is a statement of assets and liabilities, and which shows the financial position of an organization at a certain date. It is definitely financial accounting involves recording and classifying the business transaction, preparing and presenting the financial statement to be used by internal user and external user. Now, who is an internal user? Internal user are the management people, employees, and external users are customers, government, stakeholders, etc. In preparation of the financial statement, we have to follow strict rules and regulation which is provided by GAAP. So financial accounting is primarily concerned in processing in historical data, which I told you before only. Now, what are the objectives of financial accounting? A financial accounting objective first is systematic recording of transaction. This is the basic objective of accounting, is to systematically record the financial aspect of the business transaction, that is, we know that is bookkeeping. These recorded transactions are later on classified and summarized logically for the preparation of financial statement and for their analysis and interpretation. Second is ascertainment of result of the above recorded transaction. Account prepare and profit and loss account to know the result of the business of operation for a particular period of time. See, any result we will get from any organization are getting their result from their performance, and performance will get by whether the company is gaining profit or loss. Now, the third is ascertainment of financial position of a business. It is very important that every organization has to know what is the financial health of the company, because they have to survive in the market. So the businessman is not only interested in knowing the result of the business in the terms of profit and loss for a particular period, but is also anxious to know the financial health of the business. So accountant prepare the financial statement of assets and liability of the business at a particular point of time. Next is providing information to the user for the rational decision making. I told you there are the two users of the financial statement, that is internal user and external user. So actually the financial accounting is a language of business which communicates the financial result of an enterprise to various stakeholders by means of financial statement. Accounting aim to meet the financial information need for the decision makers and help them in rational decision. And the last one is to know the solvency position. What do you mean by solvency position? See, by preparing the balance sheet, management not only reveals what is owned and owed by the enterprises, but also it gives the information regarding concerned ability to meet its liability in short run and long run. What do you mean by ability? Means liquidity position and solvency position, and when they fall due. Now the next account is cost accounting. Cost accounting is a systematic of accounting which is concerned with determination of cost of doing something, which can be manufacturing or producing an article or rendering some services or even conducting any activity or function. Cost accounting actually is recording, presentation and analysis of manufacturing cost. Cost accounting is used by companies' internal management team to identify variable and fixed cost. I'll show you what is variable and fixed cost one by one. See, any organization, they have to know what is the cost of the product. Cost of the product of finished goods. Each finished goods. That's why after that they know they have to decide the profit margin and they have to decide the selling price on the basis of that. That's why cost accounting is very important. So then they compare the input cost to output result and aid in measuring the financial performance in making the future business decision. I'm writing here the definition. ICWA, India defined cost as measurement in monetary terms of the amount of resources used for the purpose of production of goods and rendering services. As I told you, I am giving the classification of cost one by one. First, classification of cost on the basis of behavior. There are three types of cost. First is fixed cost, second variable cost, and third semi-variable cost. Now, what is fixed cost? Fixed cost is actually, suppose I am giving the example, if I taken a go down or a place for production purpose, which is actually not depend, this cost is actually not depend on the level of production. So if I hire or taken some go down or a place for the production purpose, production is increasing or decreasing, it never affect the fixed cost. So I told you I taken that go down on a rent basis. So rent will be fixed. I have to pay that rent. So this is the fixed cost. It never affect the level of production, whether it is increasing or decreasing. Okay. So second is variable cost. Variable cost is, it affect with the level of production. When level of production increasing, the variable cost is increasing, and vice versa. I am giving the example of variable cost also. If I need a material or related anything with the production, so if its level of production increasing, the cost of that product, or you can say the variable cost, is also increasing. So that is called the variable cost, which affect with the level of production. Semi-variable cost. Now what is a semi-variable cost? This cost, half is fixed and half is variable. Suppose I gave the example of the electricity bill or a mobile bill. So when you are getting this bill, there is a fixed amount we have to pay, whether you use the electricity or your mobile data. And after that, some of the other expenses we have to pay according to our use. So that is that part is variable. So that is called a semi-variable cost. Now the next is classification cost on the basis of element. First is direct cost, other is indirect cost. Now what is direct cost? Direct cost consists direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. Direct cost is related with the product. Suppose we are producing juice, as I gave you the example, the juice factory, Real Juice, as well as many other companies producing the juice. The main direct product is what? They are fruits. The labor working on that for making the juice, that is called a direct labor cost. And direct expenses, whatever the expenses we bear when we are bringing the product and all, which is related to the material, that is called a direct expenses. So direct cost is directly related to the product, that is called a direct cost. Next is, this is also called a prime cost. Next is indirect cost. This consists indirect material, indirect labor cost and indirect expenses. Okay, so suppose if I am giving the example, the indirect material, if suppose there is a coffee roaster factory, so we can't measure it, okay, how much material, how much labor and how much expenses are there. So this is called a indirect cost. Other example I'll give you lubricant, cotton waste, grease, oil, stationery, etc. Small tools for general use, some minor items such as thread in dress making, cost of nails in shoe making, etc. These type of expenses are called a indirect cost. Okay, indirect material, that is actually we are using, and if we are talking about the indirect labor, now when we are talking about the indirect labor, I'll give you the example: labor in HR department, labor in timekeeping department, labor in stores, that is called a indirect labor. Okay, and if we are talking about the indirect expenses, there are allocating different types of expenses like factory expenses, administrative expenses, and selling expenses. I will give you their distributions like on the basis of their functions. First is production overheads, that is factory overheads. Second is office overheads. Third is selling and distribution overheads. So this is all the different types of costs class on the basis of their element. Next is management accounting. Now, what is a management accounting? Management accounting or managerial accounting focused on providing information for the use by internal user. That is the management. This branch deals with the need of management rather than strict compliance with generally accepted accounting principle. According to the American Accounting Association, it includes the method and concept necessary for effective planning, for choosing among the alternative business action, and for control through the evaluation and interpretation of performance. This is the definition actually. So management accounting is done by the management for the analysis purpose. They have to know whether what is the company position, whether they are doing well in the market, whether they are lacking, whether there are loopholes. So they are doing the different types of analysis. I'll show you one by one. First, we have to know the functions of management accountant. The first function of management accountant is collection of data. Management accountant has to collect the data about the problem faced by the management. The data are collected from various sources, as you can say primary and secondary sources. Second is analysis of data. After collecting of data, the management accountant has to analyze it for the purpose of interpretation. Various tools and techniques are applied to analyze the data. Next is presentation of data. The management accountant is required to present the data to the management. The data are presented in columns and rows to facilitate proper understanding. Next is planning. The management accountant assists the management in planning as well as in formulation of policies. He has to help the management in planning long-range activities of the organization. Next is controlling. Adequate control is desire for implementation of plans and achievement of objectives. The management accountant has to follow different techniques to control the performance. Next is reporting. Reporting is very important function of management accountant. He has to prepare different types of reports to meet the requirement at different levels of management. The reports are periodically prepared and communicated to the concerned department for necessary action. Coordinating. The management accountant has to coordinate the various activities of the organization, preparation of master budget facility coordination. Budgetary control technique also help to coordinate the various functions of the organization. And last is decision making. After analyzing the data, the company know their financial health, and management is basically responsible for the managerial decision making. So the management accountant has to assist the management in decision making. Next is tax accounting. Tax accounting helps the client to follow the rules set by the tax authorities. As we know, at the end of the financial year, job holder or salaried person or organization, they are getting the notification from the government to pay the tax or return their file. It includes tax planning and preparation of the tax return. It also involves the determination of income tax and other tax advisory services such as the way to minimize the tax legally. Evaluation of consequences of tax decision and other tax related matters. See, there are the Indian income tax law define income computation and disclosure standard, similar with the accounting standards. So, which are tax accounting standard in India? Tax accounting is a means of accounting for the tax purpose. It applies for everyone, that is individual, business, corporation and other entities also. Even those who are exempted from paying the tax, they must participate in the tax accounting. Exempt means there are some organization, means non-profit organization, NGOs. If they are exempted from paying the tax, they have to return their file. The purpose of the tax accounting is to be able to track the funds and associate with the individual and entities. To track the funds, suppose there are exempted organization, tax exempted organization, so government has to know and they have to track the funds of the donations, how they are utilized, that donation and funds. See, tax structure in India I am describing here. There are two types of tax: direct tax. Direct tax consists wealth tax and income tax. Second is indirect tax, included GST, that is central tax, state tax. Central tax is SGST, which is related with state, and CGST, which is related with center. State tax is related with IGST. IGST is integrated GST. GST, I told you, that is goods and service tax. One by one I give the total abbreviation of CGST. What is CGST? CGST is a stand for Central GST. This is applicable on supplies within the state. Tax collected will be shared with the center. That's why it is called the CGST. Next is SGST. SGST is a stand for State GST. This is applicable on supplies within the state. Tax collected will be shared with the state. Next is UGST. UGST is a stand for Union Territories GST. This is applicable on supplies within the Union Territory. Tax collected will be shared to Union Territories. And last is IGST. IGST is a stand for Integrated GST. This is applicable on interstate or import transaction. Tax collected from IGST will be shared with center and state both. So this is your tax accounting. And last is auditing. Auditing is an examination of books of accounts and vouchers of the business by an independent person. Who is that independent person? Is an auditor who should be qualified for the job in order to ascertain their accuracy. It is very necessary for each and every organization to audit their statement. It is a verification of your assets and liability. The auditor can vouch every expenses and income and give the true and fair review of the financial statement. See, I am giving some objectives which is related with the auditing. First is subsidiary objectives. The main objective of auditing is detection and prevention of errors and frauds. What do you mean by error? Error is unintentional mistake and fraud is intentional mistake. Many companies or organizations who are preparing their financial statement, of course, there are chances of errors and frauds. So auditor can verify each and everything and inform about error and frauds to the management. Second objective is under and overvaluation of the stock. Suppose there will be the value of the stock is written in your financial statement, so whether it is undervalued or overvalued, he has to check. This is the subsidiary objectives. Next is primary objective. Primary objective is examination of systematic of internal control. Internal control means what is the control of the management in the organization. That is very important. Next is checking the arithmetical accuracy of the book of accounts and verify it. Whether the account books is prepared well. There is arithmetical accuracy is most important part, because any error may create the big mistake. Third is verifying the authenticity of transaction. If there is any transaction and the accountant posts the entries, whether it is proper or not, this can be verified by the auditor only. So if your financial statement are audited, that is called authentic financial statement. There will be no doubt in that who can check your financial statement. And financial statement, I told you there are many user, internal and external user. So the audited statement gave the trust to the organization for their user. Fourth one is confirming the value of assets and liability. A balance sheet which representing the value of assets and liabilities. So if we have to write the value of assets and liability. The auditor has to verify the existence of assets and liability. So when we audited our financial statement, it's become authentic. See, branches of accounting, I gave you the 5 types of branches, but I take more emphasis on 3 branches. One is financial accounting, second cost accounting, and third is management accounting. Why? So because when the students are coming into this types of accounting, they confuse what is the financial accounting, how to prepare this statement, what is the cost accounting, how to prepare the cost statement, and similarly in the management accounting also. So I give the more emphasis on these 3 types of accounting, and I give the procedure one by one. First is financial statement, or you can say financial accounting. When financial accounting, and during the first stage is we have to maintain our journal book properly. Second, the subsidiary books of each items. Then the ledger accounts we have to maintain, and whatever the closing balance of the ledger account we have to transfer into the trial balance. As we know, the trial balance is the two-sided, debit and credit. In debit side we have to write expenses and assets, and credit side liability and income. So, and from that trial balance we have to prepare our financial statement, or you can say their final account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Next is your cost accounting. The cost accounting is related to cost. We have to calculate the cost of each product. So we have to prepare cost sheet. We have to calculate material costs, labor costs, other expenses costs, and reports. What types of report? Standard cost report, variance report, break-even points report, marginal cost report, and price determination. Next is management accounting. Actually, management accounting is done by the management, internal users. So they are doing the various type of analysis. So we have to know what is the vertical format of income statement and balance sheet. And by that format, we have to analyze the different type of analysis we have to do. First is comparative analysis, common size analysis, trend analysis, and ratio analysis. After that, the second topic is cash flow statement, working capital management, and capital budgeting. So these 3 are the different types of account. For you, I gave you a brief distinguish between financial accounting, cost accounting, and management accounting. I written here 12 points. Please go through it and understand it well before starting your chapters or lectures. That is most important, that you have to know the difference between these 3 accounts, so you can able to do each and everything properly. If you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. Thank you.